After my wife left for a cruise at 5 o'clock in the morning, decided to check on my fish rooms for unknown reason, and this is what I found. This could be end of the Stubbs Aquatics. Uh, Too many hits lately, and just I'm defeated. I'm really am. I immediately started to drain the aquarium, as I had no idea where the leak was coming from, whether it was the side, the bottom, if there was a crack. What a mess! I had to mop up floors, throw towels down, and then I couldn't get it all, so I had to use my utility pump, and that even had a problem because of all the dirt and sand, and it was just a total nightmare. I really can't stress that enough. I mean, I've obviously drained large tanks before, but never with dirt uh, and all the substrate like this. That's so I said I'll never ever have one in a large tank again. I got a small one; you can just virtually drain it down and dump the contents. This, obviously, you can't. And I was really having a problem getting it down past that level. Um, what was a real shock is, well, my pump eventually clogged, which I was able to fix later. I put more towels down, and believe it or not, uh, it was empty. It was dry the next day. As you can see me here, I'm still trying to deal with it, but it was dry the next day. That tells you how much it was leaking. And I really attempted to find where the leak was at this level, because when the water was not as high, it wouldn't leak as fast, but it continued to leak. So I knew there was a problem. I looked underneath, and there was drops or drips coming everywhere. So the seal had definitely gone, but I couldn't tell where. It was all around. You could see the water, you know, droplets forming everywhere. It's not like it was just in one spot, which, you know, which made it that much harder. And I had to think, did this ruin the tank stand? Do I have to get a new stand, even if I can fix this? This was the last brand new tank I've ever purchased. That was about 13 years ago. So why this one? I mean, it's really odd to me. It's strange. I haven't been mic'd up for most of this because, well, there's just been too much swearing. In fact, all this muck and gunk has clogged up my pump, so I'll have to take that apart. I'm telling you right now, on a big tank like this, I will never, ever, ever do a dirty tank again. What a complete and utter nightmare. I didn't expect this to give away, but I didn't expect this to be such a pain. So I'm definitely with Patty's Aquatics on dirted tanks are now no longer the mainstream, as in you have to do it. You have to do whatever works for you, but this is not working for me at my age. And, you know, I'm here by myself. This is a 125 gallon tank. It's going to be hard enough just moving all this substrate out, let alone trying to get this. And I mean, you got the seal or a cracker is at the bottom. I have no idea yet. But it's not like I can rinse this out when I go to clean it, because, well, I'm in a nightmare here because it's just going to drip all over the floor. And I've been mopping and trying to get everything going and get fans going. Probably ruin the floor in here. Thankfully, my wife is away on a trip and gives me a chance to try to get this cleaned up before she comes home to this mess. What a nightmare. Never, ever again. I think I'm done. If this has got a crack in it, this tank is going. And I'll put an indoor pond again, because these big tanks, even though I love them, are not working. At least not with planted tanks. Sorry, I'm a bit down, but I'm ticked off. Even the floor's lifting. Like, we just got through the ice storm and so much damage. Like, could I not catch a break somewhere? Wow. A total mess. Had to steal the kids' sandbox, but it works the best. And you can see that the gravel, dirt, and sand are all intermixed. So this is useless for ever going back in an aquarium, but I'll find use for it. I think it'll be good for palms and whatnot. Good drainage. But as far as an aquarium, never again. What a total nightmare. I think the grandkids would have totally enjoyed this. Me, not so much. I finally hit some dirt spots, sand. No idea how I'm going to get this clean, because it's not like I can run any water through it to see where the leak is from. But obviously it's still leaking because it's bone dry. And I wasn't able to pump it all out. So wherever it's leaking, I guess it's found a good spot. Did I tell you how unhappy I am about this? Yes. So I'm going to have to make room in one of my aquariums to store all these beautiful barbs. I mean, these barbs are expensive. Uh, the Aurelius are almost $20 each. Same with the filament barbs or mascara barbs. They're like $20 each. And I just got more Denison barbs. And now I'm going to have to move them again. I mean, of all the tanks this to happen to, it couldn't be worse. Yeah, well, like, it's probably the seal, but who knows? There could be a hairline crack somewhere on the edge. I don't know, but how did it get there? And this tank is the last brand new tank I bought, and that was about 12, 13 years ago. So I don't think it should be going that quick. I'm pretty pissed off, to be honest. And again, like I said, I will never, ever, ever do another dirty tank of a aquarium this big again. Ever. I'm like, look at this mess. Thank goodness for kids' toys. I mean, what a perfect time to happen. I mean, I sent my wife, my daughter away on a nice vacation cruise. Figured I'd get a lot of work done around the house, and so they left at 4:30 in the morning, and I found this at 5 o'clock in the morning. Good thing I was up, because the floor was soaked, I was soaked, and there was a lot of swearing involved. So probably it's better now it's a day or two later, because then I wouldn't be dropping an F bomb every second word. Well, I better get my ass in gear and get this done. You can tell by those nice bags under my eyes. Looks like I got punched out. I'm obviously not getting any sleep because of this. This is not great for 90 gallons. Well, I got all the sand out. Time to take the shop back to the other coarse dirt and sand in here. That would really scratch up the aquarium and make life easier, but I'm putting dirt everywhere. But it does make it easier, especially in these really large tanks that, that's over 2 feet deep, and my arms aren't that long. So it was good to have the help of a shop vac. Look at that great caulking. Looks like Homer Simpson did it. Jesus. I don't know. Anyways, it's cleaned out. Now I'm just going to have to wash it out using, well, I'm going to have to clean it with some water and vinegar. Uh, that'll take time. Maybe after I complete it with the cloth, again with the vinegar and water, that's the best. Put the shop vac again to it, and I got most of it. I never wanted it. I'm gonna still have to go through again one more time. Try to in here or dirt, because that's just gonna make a mess. So, time to get the old spray bottle out. Lots of elbow grease going now. I'll have to do this 2 or 3 times, and you can see it is not comfortable working on this. But obviously my tank needed a good cleaning anyways. I truly am amazed that this tank, of all tanks, is the one that let go. And it's not like, my magnetic cleaner with the razor blade could get down to the very bottom and, somehow open up the silicone. It had 4 inches of substrate on it. Well, it's cleaned up to the best of my abilities right now. I'll give it one more go. I'm looking at a couple different spots and see if I can find, where it possibly let go, like right there. It seems like, well, it's pulled away a bit and there's a definite opening. And then over on the other side, I've got another spot that looks like it's pulled away from the wall. So, is it just the caulking? I guess so. I've never done caulking on a tank this big. It's 5 feet long. I've done them on a 40-gallon, which wasn't too bad because I could turn it on its side and work in there. But the 125. Anyways, I decided that all my goldfish in this tank, it's a 125, had to go. It's the only spot I could put my barbs. And well, these are, my best and up and coming shabunkins, and I have to be careful where I put them. So I started moving some of my shabunkin that were in here. Uh, some of the smaller ones went into this aquarium. I didn't want to overload it. I've got some nice little fish in here, and couldn't take the chance of them too big a fish potentially eating them or sharing the food. A few of the larger shabunkin went in here. I think I put 4 in there in total. This is about a 40-gallon breeder, so they can't stay here long. Unfortunately, our spring hasn't sprung yet, and otherwise I could have moved some of these outside, but it's just too cold and too much of a shock. So I had to find another spot where I could put even more fish, and I didn't want to put them in buckets. That's not good for them. And this is not going to be a short term. This is a long term uh, situation where they're going to be in here for a minimum of a month. And I'm gonna have to add more filtration because that's not enough for these guys. Ended up moving a few of the Shavunkin in here. Not that I already had enough. So I put 3 more in here. Had to turn up the filtration a bit. I mean, they look good in here. And it's, ones that I was looking at breeding anyways, so I guess this part is okay. Next year, some of these fish will be staying outdoors all winter. Thankfully, I've got lots of Popa soap filters going on, and I've got lots of plants absorbing all the nitrogen from all these fish. Because this is now a heavy fish load, and I didn't want a heavy fish load in my ponds, but I got one now. Jeez. One simple thing like this can throw a whole whack into the matter. You know, it's not like it was a 15, 20 gallon. I can easily move that fish around. This is 125 and they're all barbs. It's not like I can put those in with, some of my other fish. Not that they would eat them, but they're big. They're all big fish. They're all very active fish. So, and they need a big aquarium. Those barbs, well, they wouldn't do very well in a small tank. So I rushed them in here. I'll take a closer look here in a minute. Not very well escaped, but I just threw everything in. Let's take a closer look. Took me almost 3 hours to catch them all out. I ended up having to use a big koi net to catch them. And obviously I removed all the driftwood, but these guys were leaping up and over the net, and I didn't want them cutting themselves on some of the rocks that were down below. But too bad, because one of them already had a scuff on his up by his dorsal because of the rocks. So I'm going to have to medicate this tank. It's just one thing is another. Um, but they seem to be doing quite well in here. I haven't lost any. I don't see any other marks on the fish other than that one poor one. I really got to tell you, I'm feeling really defeated right now. That's just me here. In order for me to, well, take all the caulking out, I think it'd be best that I get this on the floor. I have no idea if the stand is ruined now because of so much of the water. Uh, I did was able to pump most of it out. So I probably only lost, you know, 15 gallons maybe on the floor. That's a whole lot. Uh, but I'm hoping the stand isn't destroyed, and I'm hoping I can recaulk this. But because of the length of it, I really can't do that, on a stool. So it's going to have to come to the floor, and I'm going to have to wait till I have a friend available, and both of them are gone right now to help me to move 125 to the floor. Uh, Again, I'll never ever do a dirted uh, large tank again in my life. I understand people when they do pockets of dirt, just the mess, and that gravel. I'll never be able to clean it out, so I'll be using that with the sand mixed and the dirt for palm trees where I repot them. It'll be good drainage, and there'll be lots of nutrients in it. So waste not, want not, right? And I got to be honest, part of me is kind of hoping that I can fix this tank, and then maybe I'll put a pond in it. And I just noticed all the dirt all over the wall. My wife is gonna kill me. Good thing she's away on a cruise right now, but she'll probably watch the video and find out. Anyways, I'm going to continue on another video on this later. It's already long enough now, and I don't want to be too long. Plus, it's going to take weeks for me to do. Well, I'm going to clean up that dirt on the wall. I have no idea how that got there. Anyways, if you like this video, hit the thumbs up. Think about subscribing and hit that notification bell. I can really use a positive thing right now because I've just had so many kicks between the ice storms and, some fish issues and some other personal issues. I just need a break, something positive. Yeah, my wife and my daughter are having a good time. I should be happy with that. That's positive. Anyways, see you in the next one. Bye for now. Oh yeah, you're an idiot, Chris. You're an absolute idiot. Oh well, get this cleaned up. At least something got cleaned up.